What would you do if something forced you to cut your way out of your tent in the middle of the night, barefoot, in -30°C freezing darkness? Because that's exactly what 9 experienced hikers did in 1959. And what was waiting for them outside may have been worse than death itself. This is not just a mystery. This is the chilling truth of Dyatlov. Imagine waking up in the dead of winter. It is pitch black, -30 degrees, and you are running into the dark, completely barefoot. In January 1959, 9 hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, ventured into the Ural Mountains. They carried heavy equipment, skis, and supplies for a long-distance expedition. Igor Dyatlov and his team were veteran climbers with years of high-altitude experience. Their documentation reflects a group meticulously prepared for the journey's environmental risks. Throughout the trip, they used journals and cameras to record their progress, leaving a clear log of a functional team until their final night. After weeks passed, without a single radio check, search and rescue teams were deployed into the frozen wilderness to locate the missing expedition. These searchers were looking for a team that had done everything right. They had to find out what could have possibly overwhelmed 9 people of this caliber. When searchers finally located the campsite, they found the group's primary tent half buried under drifting snow. Despite the weather, its structural poles were still standing. Closer inspection revealed long gashes in the canvas. The fabric had been slashed open from the inside, suggesting the hikers had bypassed the main exit to create their own way out. Footprints leading away from the camp showed that the hikers had fled into the sub-zero air wearing only socks or nothing at all. The tracks did not indicate a blind, scattered panic. Instead, the 9 sets of prints showed the group moving together in a steady, coordinated retreat down the slope. Every hiker in the group knew that leaving their gear meant death by exposure. By abandoning their primary survival shelter, they were choosing the lethal cold over whatever was happening inside the tent. Nearly a mile away, at the edge of the tree line, investigators found the first 2 bodies. They were frozen near the remnants of a small fire that had been built in a desperate attempt to stay alive. 3 more bodies were found scattered between the trees and the campsite. Their position suggested they had collapsed while trying to crawl back to the tent. The remaining 4 hikers were not found until the spring thaw months later, buried under thick snow in a rocky ravine. Autopsies of these last 4 revealed massive internal trauma. They had crushed skulls and shattered ribs, injuries typically associated with the high impact force of a vehicle collision. These bone-crushing injuries occurred without a single corresponding break in the skin. There were no bruises or external wounds. Furthermore, soft tissue, specifically the eyes and tongues, was missing from several victims. Hypothermia does not shatter bone, and predators do not crush skulls while leaving the skin undisturbed. The medical reports presented a mechanism of injury that didn't align with any known biological or environmental cause. Forensic testing then produced an environmental anomaly. Lab results showed that pieces of the hikers' uncovered clothing were contaminated with high levels of radiation. During the same period, multiple witnesses from nearby settlements reported seeing strange glowing orange lights in the night sky above the Ural Mountains. Faced with radioactive clothing and internal injuries that defied explanation, the 1959 Soviet investigation came to a sudden halt. The official closing statement attributed the deaths to an unknown compelling force. This ruling serves as a formal admission that the authorities could not resolve the evidence into a logical narrative. They were officially acknowledging a failure of forensic science. Modern theories often lean towards a small-scale avalanche. But while snow weight can cause blunt trauma, it doesn't explain how the tent remained standing and intact, or why the group walked away from it in a neat formation. Other explanations involving military testing or infrasound-induced panic attempt to account for the radiation or the flight from the tent. However, none of these theories bridge the gap between a psychological panic and the specific internal bone trauma found in the ravine. More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains a total mystery. Despite all of our advances in forensics and mountain rescue, the case has not yielded to a definitive answer. The mountains have kept the sequence of events to themselves. We are left with only the journals and photos of a group that followed every protocol and still never made it home.